The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, happy Thursday evening, first day of fall to every race fan out there. New series here at the Dirt Racing Network kicking off tonight, the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. These guys have had a season in the past and have decided to let everybody know that they are around here. Put themselves out on the Dirt Racing Network. Very happy to have them. Glad that everybody's tuning in. Hope you're going to enjoy the show tonight. Quick announcement, guys. Starting within the next 2 to 3 weeks, you will see 8 shows over 5 days. There's going to be 2 on Sunday, 2 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, possibly 2 on Wednesday. Still in negotiations to get the second one, and 2 on Thursday, so we could have up to 9 shows. But right now, we know that we have 8. That is going to kick off here pretty quick. Midgets. The order of the day, Thursdays are going to be open wheel Thursdays. I was really hoping for open wheel Wednesday, but I'll take open wheel Thursday anytime. It's going to be 360 wingless sprint cars and these midgets here when the wingless sprints get going. But a lot's starting to happen. A lot of leagues picking back up with things starting to cool off. Real race season's coming to a close. Everybody coming back to the sim world. So make sure that you like, share, and follow on the Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. 14 drivers have checked in for tonight's event. Twin 30-lap features tonight. So we're going to run the regular show. Going to get through the feature. Going to switch servers. They're going to line the cars back up and go another 30 green flag laps for the feature. Going to be a fun night of racing. A lot of these guys are from the PRO series, the Tuesday night series that we broadcast. This season hasn't broadcast quite as much as normal with that group, but we are trying to work something out and get them to a full-time schedule back on the network so that our Tuesdays are not vacant. But right now, I'm going to enjoy watching them in the Mighty Midget series. NetCode Shop.com. Be sure you write that down, netcodeshop.com. That is the primary sponsor for the series. Go by and check their stuff out. Those guys do a lot. They have a special event series that they do a few times a year. We're lucky enough to broadcast a few of them, and so you can get a lot of stuff. All right, Scott, all you got to do is get a hold of Josh Gerlach, and he'll set you up. You come race on Thursday nights. These guys are fun to race with anyway. They cut up and crack up and jump on each other a little bit and have some fun. It's a good group. Just about time for us to head trackside and get our pre-race ceremonies in. When we come back, these guys will be qualifying. And then things will be kicking off. We're going to have a couple of heat races and a big back-to-back features tonight. So let's get trackside for tonight's opening ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, drivers are ready. Start their qualifying session. 15, the official count as we roll into the new So a couple of laps. Let's get down here. We'll take a look. We're going to watch, if Craig Silvey gets on track, we're definitely going to watch him. Let's go watch Robert Lynn right now. Robert Lynn, a PRO regular. Out here in the 2 machine. Let's get him back. Let's go right here. In qualifying. Don Runkle went to the top. Runkle quick. Now, Robert Lynn, 14:83. Then Stephen Moore jumps to the top. 14:42. Still waiting to see if Silby has made it to the track. He is ready to roll out, but has not yet. Ryan Hodge just getting out there, getting his car fired up. 16:607. Now, that's not good. That's not a good enough speed for that. Let's go find out exactly what our times are here. We're going to put it up there. More. Barrow second. Ryan Hodge, 14:30. Getting it done. Craig Silby jumped to second, 14:36. He's on his second and final lap. Gonna try to keep it tucked right in on the bottom. Silby very good in these wingless open wheel cars. Not better on his second lap. 14:64. In fact, slowed way down on his second lap. Let's go see what Colton Snyder, the 24 machine, has in his qualifying effort. First time by third, quick, 14:40. See if he can improve on that. Does not. Slows down about 2/10 at 14:57. So the only car not having qualified, DL Lemon, does not look like that car is going to go out. Josh Walton goes to the top of the board, 14:26. So Josh Walton, the 81 machine, very, very good qualifying effort for him. Don Runkle at 15th quickest. DL Lemon, 16th driver. Somebody popped in right at the very end, and I did not see who it was, but he will not get a qualifying time. So it looks like we are going to go 6, 5, and 5 in our 3 heats. Let's get down here. Take a look at our starting lineup for heat race number 1 on the pole. Reed Brochart, the 93 machine. On the outside of the front row next to him in the 38 is going to be Billy Barris. Colton Snyder will start inside row number 2 in the 24 machine with Josh Walton, your quick qualifier for the evening, the 81 car, on the outside of that second row. And your back row for heat race number 1, the 2 car of Robert Lynn inside and DLM in the 14 on the outside. All drivers look like they have made the call to get out here. We did not see that 14 machine in qualifying, but we will see the 14 in the heat race, and he will start outside of our back row. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. They are all connected. I can see them all. Let us know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, give them a shout out. Pace truck headed in.
Green, green, green.
Green flag out over the field. And heat number 1 for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series underway. 2 wide for a second as Brochart has the lead. Barros and Snyder side by side for second and third. Then Walton, Lynn, and Lemon in behind that. Now starting to get spread out just a little bit as Brochart keeps the lead. Snyder stand down, locked in on the bottom. Pulls right alongside, just too much speed down the backstretch off the top line. Snyder's going to hang on to it at least for now. Or Brochart had it, I'm sorry. Now Snyder has it at the line. So Colton Snyder making the bottom work. The 24 car. Keeping that thing locked in down on the very bottom, right on the flat part. And he is working his way around. Josh Walton. Charged to the front was your quick qualifier. Now goes slider line, goes 3 wide for just a second. Now he'll get back to the middle. He may give up a spot here as Barros works the inside, not this time by. And Walton starting to work things out wider and wider, and he is running down your leader. Just over a 1/10 of a second, way wide this time in 3 and 4. Is going to give up second as Barros gets by. Now going to go to the very bottom of the track. Door's going to get shut right there. on board. Josh Walton as he goes around 3 and 4 on the very top. We'll see what kind of run he's got here on Barrows. He is going to keep that thing right against the chip. White flag out. It looks like Colton Snyder will win the first heat of the season. Barros will be second. Walton into third. Brochart started on the pole, but he'll finish fourth. Then Robert Lynn and DL Lemon rounding out the field. Head for heat race number 2. And this is how they're going to line up. John Borst, the 86 car, on the pole. On his outside, Ethan Irons, the 26. The 96 of Stephen Moore on the inside of row number 2. And the first car without a 6 in his number, Ryan Hodge, the 19, on the outside of that second row. And then the 99 of Don Hunter is going to start shotgun on the field. He'll start 5th. So a bunch of 6s, bunch of 9s, and hopefully that's not confusing to anyone but me. So Borst and Irons going to go green here. The next time around, one more pace lap from the pace truck. And these guys going to run right through it, get to the 30-lap feature, then they're going to turn around, change servers. Lineup will already be set for the second feature, and we'll do a second one immediately following the first one.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, green flag in the air. Heat number 2 underway. Whoa, right front up off the ground for Borst. He really jumped on the throttle. Kept it underneath him. He's going to head into 3 with the lead. Not sure he's going to come out of turns 3 and 4 with it. It looks like Ryan Hodge going to have the lead at the line at the end of lap number 1. Borst was second. Irons was third. Irons working the bottom, trying to get around Borst. Borst stuck to the outside now. He's going to give up the second spot. Might give up third. They go through 1 and 2 here, and it looks like Irons reeling Hodge in, but here comes Hunter. Hunter going to work to the inside, get around Borst. So does Stephen Moore, but Borst fights back on the top side. Borst just can't bring the car down the hill. Oh, there was Hunter. Hunter really got the car out of shape. He got whacked by Moore. Both cars going to end up in the infield. We're going to stay green. No caution. Everybody got out of the way. Well, I said that. He's up against the fence. They're going to work their way by him. But Ryco Motorsports driver Ryan Hodge has the lead. Ethan Irons and John Borst, the only 3 cars left on the track. They are coming around to get the 2 to go signal. Irons trying to get in the middle, come off on the bottom, and he's really not gaining any ground at all, it doesn't look like. This time goes the opposite way, slider line. That cost him about 2/10. White flag coming out this time. Ryan Hodge out in front. Ryan Hodge going to make it to the checkered flag. He wins Heat 2. Ethan Irons in second. John Borst comes home third. And Don Hunter and Stephen Moore off track, finishing 4th and 5th. So we'll go to our third and final heat for the evening. And this is how they're going to line up. The 27 of Anthony DeBarro on the pole. Next to him, his teammate in the 71, Josh Gerlach. David Krikorian, the 66, starting on the inside of row number 3 next to Craig Silby. Silby drives the 3 car. And the 00 of Don Runkle Jr. will start all by himself in the 3rd row. So one more time around behind the pace truck. We'll get ready to go green the next time. Final heat race of the evening. All right, pace truck to the hard left on the infield now. Green flag about to come out.
Green flag,
Final heat
green
race
flag.
of the evening. There's our green flag. Already 3 wide, down in 1 and 2. DeBarro gonna hang on to the lead. DeBarro leading lap 1 there, 3 wide for second. Now DeBarro with a problem in the middle of 1 and 2. That's going to open things up for Gerlach on the top side. We are almost 4 wide. That was Krikorian that was really tight to the inside right there. Craig Silby now trying to scrub the left front tire against the infield wall. He made that work in qualifying. He was making it work in practice. I was watching the 3 car. And he was really working down low. Gets it down in there. Moves Krikorian. DeBarro had an issue on the exit. That allows both Gerlach and Silby to go by. Krikorian gets by as well. So move DeBarro from point to 4th in a matter of about 50 yards right there out of turn number 2. Here comes Silby. He is challenging for the lead. Got alongside Gerlach. Gerlach stumbled out of 2 a little bit. But right now the 71 machine hanging on. Out of 2. Silby was alongside again. Now he'll be dead alongside going into 3. May have about a car length advantage. Coming to the 2 to go signal. Still Gerlach as he got a great run through the middle of 3 and 4. One more time from the flagman. Showing him the white flag right here. Still Gerlach out in front. Why it's doing that. Silby trying to challenge. Oh, and Silby across the nose at the checkered flag. Craig Silby picks up the win. Gerlach second, Krikorian third. DeBarro was 4th. So we're going to get into the warm-up session. Looks like drivers may or may not be partaking. No. Snyder brought his car out onto the track. So the guy's going to take a couple minutes, get some final tuning in. What we're going to do, we're going to jump out of here. We're going to pay a bill when we come back. First of 2 30-lap features on tap. drivers still working through the warm-up session. Quick announcement this Saturday, right around 4 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you tune in. Tim Nichols, Tim's Dirt Track Simulator, is going to be at Eldora Speedway. Going to have some of the rigs set up there. After the drivers' meeting for the 4 Crown, he is going to have some of the drivers come down to his booth. We're going to put them in some sim rigs. We're going to put them up against some of the drivers from DSRL. Winner gets $100. Top finishing driver at the track going to pick up a set of General Tires, courtesy of General Tires and Tim Sims. Pre-race show right now scheduled to have Jack Hewitt, and Jack is always a fun interview. Every time we have had Jack on DRN, we have had a blast chatting racing. Anything we want to talk about, Jack's got an opinion. We love it. Absolutely love having him on, so we can't wait for that to happen. So be sure you tune in. 3:30, 4 o'clock. Pre-race show will go live as soon as everybody is in place, and we know the drivers' meeting should be done around 3:30. We'll give those guys a little bit of time to work their way down to Tim's booth, and we'll talk to Tim and Jack and see what's happening, see who else shows up and says hello, and then we'll get to racing. Going to be a 410 wing sprint car race. Going to be a lot of fun overall. So be sure you're around for that too. Not sure how much more of the warm-up these guys are going to use here. All 16 drivers are in this feature. And it looked like we were getting ready to have some really, really good 2-3 wide racing right there. That last heat race, the guys started to get 3 and 4 wide. So maybe a little bit of wheeling the track down a little bit, and we're going to get some big-time side-by-side racing going here. Make sure you say hi. I don't care what chat you're in. Just say hello. Let us know you're there. Let us know you're watching. Let us know if you enjoy the show. A lot more going on, like I said, in the opener. Up to 9 shows this fall and winter season from Sunday through Thursday. I know this Sunday, Midwest Dirt Racing Series, and they're getting down to the end of their season. Only a couple of weeks left in that deal. A couple more races anyway. And we're going to be breaking in a new guy. We're going to try to get Cody Olson going with us here. We think we've got him all set up. But, folks, it is race time. So let's go down. Let's look at our starting grid. Colton Snyder and Ryan Hodge going to start on the front row next to Craig Silvey and Billy Barros in row number 2. Ethan Irons, Josh Gerlach going to make up row number 3. Josh Walton and John Borst, your 4th row this evening. David Krikorian going to start on the inside of row 5 next to Reed Brochart. Row 6, Don Hunter and Anthony DeBarro. And then Robert Lynn and Stephen Moore in the 7th row. Don Runkle and D.L. Lemon will make up tonight's final row. First of 2 back-to-back 30-lap features. A problem with our pole sitter. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not the pole sitter. Somebody is just sitting over there on the front stretch. Says the guy who's not doing either one. Gee, Scott, come on. You're throwing me softballs here, buddy. I know DSRL is going to be kicking off around the 24th of October. They had an admin meeting last night, ironed a lot of things out. They're going to be getting ready to announce their season openers. 360 wing sprint cars, 360 non-wing sprint cars. And they are going to put up an elite invitation-only 410 series this year to close out 2022. So they'll be starting pretty quick. I know Wade Fields and the boys at the Wingless 360 Indy Race Parts League over there. They're going to be getting going around the 20th. So a lot of fun stuff coming up. With green flag about to drop. There's your green flag. Feature number 1 underway. And Ryan Hodge quickly jumps right to the front. They're side by side behind that. Silby and Gerlach were going at it again. They went at it in heat race number 3, and they're going at it one more time here. Josh Walton, the quick qualifier for the evening, came up, got his heat race done. He is going to settle into 4th. He's 3 wide out of turn number 4 now. 3 wide going into 1. All the way on the bottom. Irons down there trying to work the very bottom. They've got Barros trapped in the middle. Now Irons slider all the way from the bottom to the top. Ooh, little tappity tap right there as Walton got into Barros a little bit. Trying to cut around Irons. Go back to the front because Hodge has grabbed the lead, but here comes Craig Silby. Silby working down on the inside. Looks like he is going to bottom feed all night long here. He is up to second. Gerlach running a much wider line now. Both Gerlach and Silby go slider line. Go back here in the middle of the Hornets nest with Don Hunter. Hunter just behind these guys. That's Walton, Irons, Krikorian. These guys have been doing battle since we dropped the green flag. We are 6 laps in, still 24 to go. Side by side racing back here. That's 4th, 5th, 6th. 7th place car of Krikorian. That's the red and black machine right there. He is just looking for an opening. Would love to stick his nose in there. We'll get back to the front. 0.3 of a second, and the top 2 have broken away by nearly a second over 3rd place. As Gerlach still running up in the fluff. Finding some speed, but Walton through the middle. Finding a little bit of traction there. Walton blinking just a little bit. That battle behind him still going strong. 2 and 3 wide as Irons now jumps into the 5th spot. Barros was 6th and Krikorian 7th right there. Here's a battle for 2nd, or for 3rd, excuse me. That's 3rd place. Gerlach and Walton now starting to go at it. Looked like Walton was going to throw the slider, thought better of it. Now throws it in 1 and 2. Gerlach easily countered that. Man, Walton found some bite up there. Really good move. Get back to the inside here in 3 and 4. This battle not over. Meanwhile, these guys about a second and a half behind your leader. And Silby's closing in. He is right there. We're going to take a peek up to the front here in just a second. But the side-by-side battle is what I want to see. And right now, Walton has the better of it. He clears Gerlach, move him to 3rd. Now, let's go watch the leaders as Silby is there, and Silby just stalking. Stalking Hodge, following him around, saying about 1 car width lower through the corners. Slides it in, keeps it underneath him, showed him the nose, but didn't go after the spot. Now 1 and 2, slider into the turn 2 wall almost. Silby starting to let Hodge know he's there. Hodge trying to figure out what line to run. Now goes right up against the fence. Silby could not get the car to bite and come down the hill. So he'll set the slider up one more time. First caution as Krikorian looks like he has crashed. So let's go watch the black and red car of David Krikorian. Oh, clips the fence. Yep, open wheels against a concrete barrier, and that is just a recipe for disaster every single time. So Hodge, Silby, Walton, Gerlach, Barros, Irons, Snyder, Hunter, Lynn, DeBarro, the top 10. Brochart, Moore, Borst, Lemon, Runkle. Rounding out the top 15. Krikorian still rolling? Still rolling. Sure, that car is none the worse for the wear. Probably got some suspension issues. But we had just crossed over the halfway point. 14 laps to go. So it looks like everybody getting single filed up. Pace truck, hard left into the infield. Hodge got on the throttle. Green flag in the air. 13 laps to go. That brings Walton back into the mix. Walton tried to make a run off the top side. Really had to roll out of the throttle right there as he almost put the right rear into it in turn 2. But Silby trying to waste no time. He heard that 81 machine right there behind him after the restart. He is going to go after Hodge right away. Walton down on the inside. They go through 1 and 2. Little blink from Hodge. Silby now going to go for the slider down in 3 and 4. Last second comes across. Did not get it there. But now has the outside. All the momentum right now with the 3 car right there. He's going to pull alongside. I think we're going to see another slide. Oh, he backs off getting down into turn 3. Here comes Walton trying to close the gap. He may go 2 for 1 if these two stay nose to tail like this. Over a second between 3rd place Walton, 4th place Gerlach. Inside 10 to go, coming around to 8 this time. What does Silby have left in the tank? Can Walton figure out how to get a big run and maybe take both drivers with a slide job? Little wiggle from Hodge coming down the front stretch, but Silby not able to do anything with it. Six laps to go now. Silby goes in hard in 1 and 2. Had to back the car up as he was going to get right in to the left side. Here comes Walton. Walton going after Silby at the very least. Not able to get the car there. 5 to go that time, the wave lap. Ryan Hodge hanging on. All attacks from Silby have been thwarted. Silby gets in, almost gets alongside, just could not keep the momentum going forward. 3 to go this time around. Gerlach still 4th. Barros. Oh, and caution, and there goes Silby. Silby with a big problem. We were kind of watching that when it happened. Ethan Irons is who's actually going to get called on the caution here. But Silby makes a giant mistake right there. Oh, yeah, he got in hot in turn 3. Upside down in front of company. That's not something you ever want to have. So, the caution had come out. Silby's car heavily damaged. That is going to take him out of a shot to pick up the win, and that's going to change things drastically as Ryan Hodge will be followed by Josh Walton, Josh Gerlach, Billy Barros, and Colton Snyder to the green, as we should have a 2-lap shootout to try to finish this one. And Walton really got a good test of what was going to happen on the start the last time, unless somehow Hodge changes things up. He had a pretty good run on both Hodge and Silby into turn 2. Just couldn't get anything on the exit. We'll see if he changes things up. Can Ryan Hodge hang on and pick up the win in the first of our twin features to open the season? Lights off on the pace truck. Green this time down here on the finish end of the track, and Hodge gets on the throttle. Walton timed him up pretty good. This is going to be pretty close when they come out of turn 2 if Walton gets a run here. Right up against the wall in 1 and 2. About 5 car lengths for Hodge. White flag coming out this time. Gerlach thought about the slider, couldn't get it there. Still in the third. That time Hodge bumps the fence. It looks like it didn't slow him down a bit, but here comes Walton. Last ditch effort from Walton. He's going for the slider. It's not going to get there. And Ryan Hodge wins the opener. Josh Walton second. Josh Gerlach gonna come home in third. Good finish of that one, and I thought with the mistake out of 2, that maybe Hodge had opened the door enough, but Walton wasn't able to get it there. So, we'll go down. Let's see if we can get a hold of our top 3. Josh Gerlach to the waiting room. Hopefully the rest of these guys, there we go. They're starting to pop in. Good deal. All right, let's just get Josh Gerlach in here. Comes home third tonight. Josh Gerlach, you got a copy?
Hey, Roger. How we doing?
Pretty good, man. Good run. You stayed up there in the top 4 or 5, and then right there at the end, it looked like you tried to go for the slider, and you thought better of what was going on that last lap.
Yeah, I thought, kind of felt or found something there the last run, and didn't want to fully send it because I knew that things might get a little crazy, even though they're teammates, I think. But yeah, I'm happy. Sucks for Craig. He had a hell of a run going there, and just some bad luck there at the end. But yeah, pretty happy with the podium finish. It's a good way to start the season.
Yep, so going into the second 30 laps, what are you going to change to try to beat these 2 Ryco Motorsports cars?
Well, Lil Birdie said that the track work is going to probably have the track be a little heavier than we had there at the end. But honestly, we're doing a random invert here for the second feature. So hopefully we get a good pill and a good starting spot for the second feature and stay clean.
All right, some quick shout-outs, some thank yous, and we know you got some admin duties to go take care of. We'll let you get to it.
Yeah, I want to first off, thanks everybody to that came out tonight and showing up. We had a really good race. Can't really complain much about that race. I want to thank you for broadcasting it, Robert for helping do everything that he does for the league here. AlwaysRaceDay.com, NetCodeShop.com, and yeah, we'll see you here for another 30 laps here shortly.
All right, man, we're looking forward to the second 30 laps. We'll throw you down there, let you do your admin duties, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to you in the second one.
That's the plan. Thank you, Roger.
Josh Gerlach finishes third. Let's grab our second place driver. Driving the 81 car. Made a heck of a run to come up there. Got a little break when Silby made his mistake, but cannot capitalize and get past his teammate. Josh Walton, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good, mate. Good to be here.
Looked like you and your teammate kind of had things figured out there. You're both running right up on the top in 1 and 2 and kind of a slider line in 3 and 4. How was the track, and what are you looking forward to in feature number 2?
Yeah, man, that was a pretty fun race. I struggled early on and got into a bit of a groove and caught back up to Craig and Ryan there. And it's a shame to see Craig drop out. I'm sure that would have been a probably better finish than what it was. And yeah, that track was real good at the end. It come in pretty good. You could sort of run a slider. You could sort of hug the bottom a bit and also rip the lip. So yeah, looking forward to the next one. And yeah, congrats to Ryan on the win.
Well, with a random invert, that may put you starting way at the back or way at the front. How do you approach a situation not having any idea for the next 30 laps where you're going to come in and start at?
4 in the fluff and let her eat, mate.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Give us some shout-outs and thank yous, and we'll let you get prepped up for feature number 2.
Yeah, mate, just big thanks to you guys for putting all this on, the broadcast, everyone for the good racing. Pretty sure we went only 1 or 2 cautions in that whole thing, so that was pretty good. All the boys at Ryco Motorsports, 81 Raceware, and yeah, everyone else, cheers.
All right, man, thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you in feature number 2. All right, that was Josh Walton. Now, let's get his teammate. Drives the 19 car. He picks up the win tonight. Led every lap of this thing. Had a couple of challengers. Ryan Hodge, you got a copy?
Hello.
Hey, there he is. How was the feature, man? Flag to flag, but you had a couple of challenges. Sylvie put it on you a little bit, and then your teammate got there right at the end.
Yeah, I just couldn't figure out the line all race. I mean, I was struggling running the slider on the top and then cut down on exit. Really just couldn't find the groove where I was fit for until the last couple laps where me and Walton had a good race. And sucks that Craig dropped out because it would have been a really good race between us three, but...
Well, still, you pick up the win in feature number 1. Random draw for heat number 2. What's your approach going to be, especially if you're starting kind of deep in the second one?
I mean, depends where we start. If we start front row, should be same as this. But if we're starting in the back, there might be a couple challenges of getting back up to the front.
All right, man, some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go get prepped up for race number 2.
I'd like to thank the Racing Network for broadcasting this. Ryko Motorsports, all the guys over there. Walton for putting on a good race. NetCode ESports for putting on these fun races for everyone to do.
All right, man. Well, good luck in race number 2, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to you on the podium after that one.
Yep, thank you.
Ryan Hodge wins the opener. Take a quick look at the results for our opener here. Hodge wins it. Walton was second. Gerlach third. Barros comes home fourth. Snyder fifth. Robert Lynn in sixth. DeBarro seventh. Brochart comes home eighth. Don Hunter ninth. Stephen Moore was 10th. John Borst, 86 car. Had a pretty good run tonight. Was pretty quick in practice and comes home 11th. David Krikorian 12th. DL Lemon 13th. Don Runkle Jr. 14th. Silby running second with about 2 to go. And has horrible luck and ends up 15th in this deal. I'm sure that he is going to recover from that and put on one heck of a show in race number 2. And then Ethan Irons went out on the almost the exact same lap, about a half a lap prior to, and he is going to come home 16th in race number 1. So we are going to stay live. We are going to help these guys get prepped up, get swapped over to the new server. When we come back, we will be right back where we are. The track's going to look a little different with a better prep. Like Josh said, they think they're going to make it just a little bit heavier, so they're going to try to turn it up a little bit. And we're going to throw these guys back out here for another 30 laps. Hopefully that won't take more than just a couple of minutes. But you guys enjoy some awesome tunes while we make the switch over. We'll be back shortly. folks. Drivers out, wheel packing the track for feature number 2. Just a few seconds left in that session. We know the invert was 9, so the original lineup from the last feature, they will invert the top 9, and we'll go at it again. Hodge picking up the win in race number 1. Ow. Back to see if he can sweep the night. Only 14 of our 16 have made it in for round number 2 of this thing. We are missing. We're missing one of the Joshes, and I'm not sure who else is missing, but 14 for round 2, feature number 2, still good car count. Let me let them know that we are ready to go. We should get this thing underway. Wanting to work the track down just a touch more, I think, here. It was really looking like they were going to get 2 and 3 wide racing going in the last feature there, so I'm sure they want to get somewhat close. But got to turn the surface back up. You don't want to start where you were and blow it all the way to 100%, because then nobody can find grip anywhere. And these little light old cars with this much power just sit there and spin the tires and they don't go forward. So Ryan Hodge quickest again, 14:23, but Krikorian 14:25, excuse me, both of them in the 14-second bracket. Sylvie 14:28. That's getting around here pretty good. This should be an exciting one. It's about 15 seconds. We're going to get an advance in the session. These guys are going to be ready to get at it. 30 more laps, twin features. And we're going to do this not every week, but several weeks of this season. I know there's a special event for these guys coming up next month. So track cleaned off. Drivers ready to go. 15. Walton did finally make it into the server. Let's look. This is our inverted. I'm not sure why that's showing up there, but we'll get a reload here. Don Hunter going to start on the pole next to Reed Brochart. Anthony DeBarro and Robert Lynn going to make up row 2. Billy Barrows, Josh Gerlach in row 3. Josh Walton, second place finisher in the last one. All right, next to Orion Hodge, your winner. So your top 3 starting 6, 7, and 8 in this feature. Stephen Moore will start inside row number 5 next to John Borst. Your 6th row, David Krikorian and D.L. Lemon. And on the back 2 rows, Don Runkle Jr. in row number 7 next to Craig Silby. Silby just unfortunate in the last one. A couple of laps to go, and the car got upset, smacked the wall, flipped over. And he goes from running second to having to fix it for feature number 2. And then Ethan Irons, same lap, just a little bit before that, ran into a problem. But we'll get ready to restart them. do this all again. 30 laps. Went pretty quick the last time. Only a couple of cautions. But Hunter and Brochart going to get us started here coming out of turn 4. We'll see how long it takes for Walton and Hodge to find their way to the front.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. We're underway. Feature number 2. 30 laps on the board. Oh, a little contact early in this one. Might have cars backwards. Walton. And Walton upside down on the first lap. Gets the car off the track. Lets us stay green. So Walton doesn't make it through turn 2 in feature number 2. And so his chances of being back on the podium right out the window. Don Hunter out in front. DeBarro second. Hodge all the way to third already. And it's a 3-wide battle behind that. Brochart, Lynn, and Gerlach going at it for 4th place. Locked in right behind them, Anthony Barros. Or Billy Barros, excuse me. It's Billy Barros in the 38 machine. They're starting to settle that out. Lynn now has grabbed 4th. Gerlach 5th. Barros and Brochart going side by side. Barros trying to pull alongside Gerlach. He's going to do so out of turn 2, and he's going to take 6th away, or 5th away from Gerlach. Caution. That was our leader, I think. Let's go back just a little bit. Little problem here. This is DeBarro on the outside, Hodge on the inside. Tiny bit of contact. I think that's going to stack some things up. That's how we get our caution, because he got backwards in front of the field. Looks like he's okay, though. So just a couple of guys trying to race for the same little piece of real estate, a tiny little tap, and these cars so light, you upset them a little bit. You are liable to, 1, go tumbling, but 2, at least go for something of a ride, and that is what happened to Anthony DeBarro there. So it'll be Hunter, Hodge, Lynn, Gerlach, Barros, Brochart, Silby, Krikorian, Borst, Irons, Lemon, Moore, Runkle, and DeBarro. Josh Walton, our first retiree, didn't even get 2 turns in the second feature. And so his bid for back-to-back podiums over quickly. But his teammate won feature number 1, already up to second in feature number 2.
Green.
Don Hunter, a little bit late on the start, but I think he knew Hodge was going to try to get a little bit of run at him. Hodge going to come out of turn 2, and it ain't going to matter. Hodge has the lead. So 5 laps in, Ryan Hodge goes from starting in the 4th row to the point. Hunter second, Lynn third, Gerlach is 4th, but he is still battling with Barros. Now Barros grabs 4th away, Gerlach to 5th. Silby from the back all the way up to the 6th spot. Silby trying to make a charge, would like to get up there, maybe challenge for this win after a heartbreaking finish to feature number 1. 2 laps to go. Just tapped the wall with the right rear. Car got upset, flipped over. He didn't even get to finish that feature. So trying a little redemption here. Krikorian tucked right in behind. Everybody going by Gerlach. Gerlach trying to stay on the high side. And the bottom really working for a bunch of these guys. Ryan Hodge, 1.4 seconds in front of Robert Lynn. Billy Barros, Don Hunter, your top 4. Then Craig Silby up to 5th. Krikorian got around Gerlach, so he's now 6th. Gerlach 7th. Irons, Ethan Irons running in the A spot. Brochart in 9th. DeBarro is 10th. Moore and Borst going side by side, and Borst off the top side, a little bit of a run, gets the spot back, at least going into 3 and 4. Will he have it coming out? Not that time by. Keep Moore in the spot. Runkle and Lemons rounding out the field. But this time around, Hodge just stinking it up in here. It was a good one before. There's our caution. go see who this one's for. I'm not even sure who that was for. Is that for Don Runkle? Yep. Don Runkle with a little bit of a problem here. Oh, yeah. Got in there hot. Got into Lemon. Looks like both cars going to be able to continue. So creeping in on halfway, 12 down, 18 to go. Hodge, Lynn, Barros, Hunter, Krikorian, Silby, Irons, Gerlach, Brochart, Nabarro, Moore, Borst, and Lemon. And then Don Runkle tag in the back of the field right now. Runkle 14th. Pace truck going to head in. Back to green we going. Hodge gets another great start. Lynn and Barros going to be side by side in turn number 2. Billy Barros making his way to the front. Didn't really show out in the first feature. Showing out well here in feature number 2. He's going to keep the pressure on Robert Lynn right here. Comes Craig Silby. Silby up to 4th and is kind of stalled out at that spot. Halfway that time by. 15 in, 15 to go. Feature number 2. And Ryan Hodge looking to sweep the night. Back out to over a second. Had a 2.5 second lead when we got the caution 12 laps in. 6 laps from there has built it out to 1.25 seconds. Barros really going after Lynn. Just cannot find a way to get out of the exit and pull alongside and force Lynn off the entry line. Silby starting to close in on this battle. They have got to get going. Anybody is going to try to reel in the 19 car. He is just building a 10th every set of corners now. Out to a 2.5. Robert Lynn hanging tough in 2nd. Then Barros, Silby. Irons is 5th. Krikorian 6th. That's a pretty good group of cars right there. You got Brochart in 7th. Gerlach, old Josh Fallen back here in the 2nd feature. Ran good in the first one. Finishes 3rd. Right now struggling to hang on to 8th is Don Hunter putting pressure on him. Let's get back up here as Silby gets around Barros. Barros moved off the bottom. That opened things up. Now Silby trying to get Lynn pushed up off that bottom line. Gets him in 1 and 2 to move up the hill. Just couldn't do anything with it. 2.3 seconds from this battle to your leader. 8 to go this time by. Robert Lynn hanging tough there. That time Silby thought about the slider, didn't think he could clear, backed it down the middle of the corner. He may go for it here in 3 and 4. Gets on the bottom, 7 to go. They're side by side at the line. 2.8 seconds behind your leader. Now Silby, for just a second, got out in front. Now it's dead even getting into turn 3. This the best battle on the track right now. Podium spots up for grabs. Silby trying to clear Lynn. Now half a car, full car going in. 5 to go this time. Wave lap once again. And once again the 19 of Hodge out in front. Over 3 seconds. Make it 2.9. 4 to go. Silby clears Robert Lynn. So, Hodge first, Silby second, Lynn third, lap car. That's going to be Runkle with 3 to go. Very easy Sunday drive on a Thursday evening for Ryan Hodge. 2 to go this time. Ryan Hodge dominating performance to open the season. White flag in the air. He's going to go back-to-back if he can keep it together for 2 more corners. Into 3 and 4. Final time of the evening. Back-to-back 30-lap feature wins for the 19 of Ryan Hodge. Craig Silby going to come home in second. Robert Lynn in third in feature number 2. So Silby, a little bit of redemption, was running second with 2 to go in feature number 1. Huge problems for him. Finished about 15th in that one. But in feature number 2, a different story. So we will get down here. We'll get ready to talk to Robert Lynn. Ryan Hodge already ready to go to talk about his back-to-back feature wins. We're looking for Robert Lynn, just waiting for, there he is. He is right there. We'll get ready to have him, and then Silby. We'll wait for Silby to come in and talk about second place. Well, let's get Robert Lynn up here real quick. Robert Lynn, you got a copy?
Absolutely. How we doing?
We're doing pretty good, man. Great run in feature number 2. 2-car looked pretty strong. What was the difference between that first 30-lapper and this one?
Definitely starting spot. Starting toward the front helped a lot. Didn't have to kind of navigate through traffic. And I guess the first feature, I got to see where the faster guys are running, and that helped me out a lot this race.
Yeah, it looked like the track was just a little bit different, and you were running right there on the bottom. Then old Silby got up there and moved you up the hill a little bit. How'd you let him get inside like that?
Craig's always good on the bottom, so I just kind of gave him some space, and we raced clean. And I found a little bit in that middle groove, had a little bit off the corner, but Craig's so good on the bottom. He's hard to beat when he gets down there and gets rolling.
Well, a great way to start the season. A podium in one of the first 2 features has got to be a good thing. What can we look forward to the rest of the year?
Yeah, hopefully the rest of the year goes good. Get many more. I don't think I got a podium at all last season, so this will be the first one, maybe second, but hopefully the rest of the year goes pretty good.
All right, man. Well, give us some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you get out of here, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, thanks for putting this on, Roger, and broadcasting for us, and Josh for helping run this league, and NetCode ESports, everybody that comes out, and hope to see everybody next week.
All right, man. Congratulations again, and we do look forward to seeing you back on track next week. Maybe you can get them good starting spots.
I hope so. Thanks, man.
Robert Lynn finishing third. And now let's talk to Mr. Redemption. And we haven't gotten to talk to Craig in a little while here, but always a pleasure to get him in the booth. Craig Silby, you got a copy?
Hey there, Roger. Good to hear from you, mate.
Yeah, man. Real bad misfortune in that first feature. And I don't want to throw salt in an open wound, but at least would have been back-to-back second places, I feel like, man. What happened in feature number 1?
I just ran out of racetrack. Someone put a wall there and I tagged it with my right rear, and that was all she wrote. But it was wild, good fun until then.
Did you make the track any wider for the second feature right there?
Yeah, the bottom stayed good for the race, so I was just trying not to hit the inside wall on this one.
Well, tell us about that second feature, because you had to battle Robert there for quite a while, and I don't know. It's hard to always speculate, and we can ifs and buts and all that for a while, but took you a little bit to get by him. Do you think you had something to go run down Ryan?
I ran out of laps to catch Ryan, but yeah, like if we had a couple of yellows, I might have had something for him. But yeah, Robert put up a hell of a fight, and he gave me plenty of room. And yeah, that was it's fantastic running with these guys. There's lots of respect, and we can get out there and just have some fun.
Well, an awesome run in feature number 2, man. And like I said when you came in, redemption for this one. Is that going to let you get things cleaned up as we go through the rest of the season now? No more accidental wall taps?
Oh, mate, I'm just out there having fun. So hopefully hopefully I stay inside the walls and on the brown stuff. But yeah, this is just what I'm here for. Is just to race wheel to wheel, hard racing, good fun.
All right, man. Well, give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a hard-earned second-place finish in feature number 2.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was coming from the back, so that was good fun. I'd really like to thank the team I'm with, Iridium Sim Sports. We got a great bunch of guys there that do pretty much everything on the platform, and I'd like to thank NetCode ESports for putting on this series. I think it's going to be fantastic, and we've got some really good drivers in here to race with. And the Dirt Racing Network, thanks, Roger, for putting it out there for everyone to have a look at. And I'm looking forward to watching the show when I get a chance myself. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Congratulations again. Look forward to seeing you back next week, bud.
Cheers.
Craig Silby finishing second in feature number 2, and now he's back-to-back. We talked to him at the end of the first 30-lap feature. He's a 2-time winner in the series. Ryan Hodge, man, it did not matter where you started. You got to the front quick, and you just walked the dog on these guys in feature number 2. How was it? Ryan, you there, buddy?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I really liked how the track played out. It was better. It was different than the last race. This one was actually on the bottom the whole time. I expected it to go to the top, sort of towards the end, but it didn't get up there.
Well, yeah, it didn't take you long. You got to the front, man. You're out there 2.8 seconds, and we catch a caution. Now, that's going to bring a lot of guys back. Any nerves on the restart right there with about 18 to go?
I wasn't that scared. I mean, all I was thinking about is getting a good restart for the next 18 laps that we had left.
An awesome run, man. You get out there and you pick the thing up 3.3 seconds, drove away from those guys. Is this what we can expect the rest of the season? See this 19 car in victory lane a lot?
Hopefully. I mean, I hope that's the way it goes. We just have to have the luck continue, get good starting positions, and just overall qualify good.
What
plays out.
Well, a second time to give us some shout-outs, some thank yous. If you missed anybody, make sure you don't miss them this time, man. And congratulations on a big win.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my sister, Ryko Motorsports, NetCode ESports for putting on the great shows. I mean, racing with the old midget guys is pretty fun. Dirt Racing Network, you, Roger, for putting this out there on the YouTube, Facebook to let people watch.
All right, man. Well, congrats on back-to-backs, and we'll look forward to seeing what you can do next week.
All right, thank you.
Ryan Hodge wins both features tonight. So let's look at our results. If it comes up. Oh, you know what? That's why. There we go. Got to let it do its thing. Sometimes you don't click the right button and nothing happens. And then the on-air personality just looks silly. Ryan Hodge wins it. Craig Silby second. Robert Lynn third. David Krikorian comes home fourth. Billy Barros in fifth. Ethan Irons in the sixth spot. Seventh went to Reed Brochart. Josh Gerlach in eighth. Don Hunter ninth. John Borsch 10th. DL Lemon in 11th. Stephen Moore 12th. 13th to Don Runkle. Anthony Navarro 14th. And Josh Walden early exit. Lap 1, turn 2, so he doesn't get a chance to go back-to-back on the podium, but I would have liked to have seen what he and his teammate would have done battling for the win there. Great 2 shows for these guys, a way to open up the season. I think the Midgets have found a home here on the Dirt Racing Network. That was a lot of fun to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Make sure you tune in again next Thursday night, same time, same place. And tell all your friends. Go like, share, and follow us over on Facebook. Hit the subscribe button, YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. For Dominic Santina, Zach Krieger, Cody Olson, myself here at the Dirt Racing Network. We know you can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to watch it here. We greatly appreciate it. We hope you were entertained. Come back and see us the next time. We'll be back Sunday evening about 8 o'clock Eastern for a Midwest Dirt Racing Series as they get into the last couple of races of their season. I think Cody Olson's going to join me for that one so we can start getting him trained up. It's going to be exciting to see him get on the network with us. But, guys, until we see you